Yeah, yeah, I can see him.
Good.
Oh, today is actually my first day of my work vacation, so that's really good.
Hmm.
Ooh, nice, nice.
That was very loud. I don't know what that was.
Which map are we looking at?
The mountain.
Oh yeah, go down to Mountain Deep
Sweet.
and
Yeah, I found it.
yeah, just zoom out and if you'll see all the character tokens.
Hmm. It seems the extension is still not there, so I'll have to turn it on manually, even though it should work automatically.
All right. So who's playing today?
Could be everybody that's here.
Oh, I meant like, are we missing anyone, or is there one here?
Nope. Seems like he might not be able to show up because he's got homework to do.
Uh,
And not sure what's up with Kumuk.
Okay, so the extension seems to be having problems. Whatever, we'll move without it. Now, last time we were in the caves, the party moved from the base camp on the ground all the way to advanced base camp 2 and is now making their way towards camp number 3. In the meanwhile, you've discovered a dwarf who was secretly using necromancy to get out of hard work. And there are two hyper zombies who are more dangerous than regular zombies that the dwarf hasn't been able to put down after he was ordered to stop doing necromancy without trials. So everyone can roll initiative.
Okay.
Here we go.
Now, we do have a new person here, which is, I believe, the player Nick,
17.
who's playing the character Tancarius. Is that correct?
Yeah.
Right. So, last time, Objection, who's playing Zale, wasn't
That
here
is.
either. So, the two of you have made your way down here a little bit later than the rest of the party. So, you two can just describe how you do that while I calculate everyone's initiatives.
Um, how many days have they been in the Bardlands? Like one?
You have been in the Bardland for one evening for a festival and a night, and then the next morning, and I believe it is noon now, so that's half a day.
Okay, not too long. Um, I just gonna teleport in front of the party through a portal.
You haven't had like portal tech yet because you're still working on that. You've only got 1 out of 12 of level 1, so you haven't like done that yet.
Yeah, I was thinking like I could have been like tampering with the portal and it would just like threw me through a bunch of places and then I like eventually ended up there. But
Okay, let's try
I,
again. So how did you like walk down there?
hmm.
Take your time. I'm still like putting the things in. I'm a little sleepy myself. Where did the initiative thing go? Oh, there we go. All right, so let's see. Zale rolled 8.
Yeah, I can figure out how to use modifiers. It's like, oh, D20, and then yeah, but my dexterity is +1, so that was a 9.
Okay, a 9. So for some reason, after I put 8 in the table plop initiative, I clicked the up button and it became 25. I don't know how it
Ooh.
calculated that, but you're back to 9. And Patrick got a 17.
17.
Okay, and then I just clicked your button and it suddenly turned into 6. I don't know why table plop did that. And let's
Yeah.
see. What was the other players' initiatives?
I don't think Tank's rolled the initiative yet.
I don't think I have, no.
Okay, do you know how to use the D&D Beyond sheet on the website?
But I'm not part of yours, I don't believe. Or am I? Yes, I am. Bear with.
Okay, you
Right.
got
Yeah,
5.
20.
Great.
Oh, that's how you roll initiative. Okay, all right. That's how you roll something specific. Gotcha. I just
Yeah,
clicked the thing.
you'd click the number, like almost
Yeah.
everything there is a button. Okay.
See, I got
Group
20, and
name.
then Sale got 5.
Okay then. And for these guys, I'll just put them as
I even brought up the owl page before remembering you killed my familiar last session.
yep.
Wait, your familiar died.
Just
Yes.
quickly, if you go back to D&D Beyond, check initiative roll. I got 20. Zale rolled a 5 after me.
Oh, that was a death roll. I rolled before that, but I didn't really figure it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So mine was actually a 20, not 5. Sorry.
Yeah, my familiar died. Got tired of my owl shenanigans.
Aw.
Yeah, or
What?
it's
How'd he
just
die?
like in the way of like a fire thingy from the big slug.
Yeah.
What am I looking for? Oh, dice rolling bots. Um, hmm. Okay, so the ghouls have gotten 2. And we'll start. Okay, so Tankarius, you have rolled a. That was a 20, correct?
Yeah.
Yeah. So you can do your moves first, and talking is a free action, but we're in the middle of combat at the moment, so you keep it short.
I presume all squares are 5 feet.
Yes.
And where's the nearest enemy? North.
The upside down enemies are already dead.
Okay. So is there any combat to continue?
Um,
There is. I see some enemies.
well,
To the north of us.
The
avoiding
two bald
metagame, you
guys.
technically would not have seen anything, but you can hear um the dwarf over here calling for help from the two roided zombies who are like harassing him, who he no longer has control over.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Do, 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 do. And then the zombies, if I cast control undead, turn them away from him, basically.
I'm going
And
to
then
look at the spell description and let you know how that works.
all it does is just basically you can rotate.
Okay, I don't see that on your character sheet at the moment, so it was called Control Undead.
Yeah.
Is that like a feature?
No, that's a
Uh,
spell.
yeah.
Hmm. Okay, I'm searching it in the
It's
spell button. I don't see it.
it's under actions all. It's part of a trait basically. But if you're looking on
Oh
D&D
yeah,
Beyond,
traits.
actions
Yeah.
all. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Come. Yeah, I see it. Channel divinity, control undead. To force a wisdom saving throw. Okay, so I will roll that. Okay, so that's 13
Fail.
and yeah, that's a fail, and then whoops, I didn't mean to do that. And an 8, so that's 2 fails.
It only targets one at a time, by the way. Just so
Oh,
you
okay
know.
then.
Yeah.
So which one are you
So,
targeting?
uh, the one up ahead, the one further up. And I just want him to basically go and sit in the corner and face the wall.
Okay, so this guy will move that way and sit in the corner.
You're putting him in timeout.
Yeah, basically. And then I'm just going to leave it at that, if I'm honest. I don't want to start slashing yet.
Okay, it's Patrick's turn.
Who are you? Zero, you brought a friend.
I look at
Wonderful to see you showed up.
Patrick and I say, I thought it was with you.
No. I was down here with Luck in Kumuk. And now Patrick is going to be 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. Patrick's going to use his movement. Go here. And then for Patrick's action, he is going to create bonfire on the
Oh.
one that's not in the corner now.
Okay,
can
so
I
this one.
Can I get a DC 15 dexterity saving throw, please?
Okay, 10.
All right, so he is going to go ahead and take, and that is going to be 9 fire damage.
Okay.
Bonus action, I am going to shillelagh my staff. And that is the end of Patrick's turn.
It is Zale's turn.
All right. Oh, I'm decently far away. I'm gonna move up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
You have to go through the tunnel. You can't go through the walls unless you're trying to do something.
Oh, yeah, I didn't realize this. Okay, there it is. All right. Whoop, whoop. So I was
You
at
can move
5.
diagonally, yeah.
Whoop, whoop. And then,
You can stand on dead enemies.
oh, whoop. All right. Okay, that's my movement speed. And I guess I'll throw my trident at no, I'm gonna throw my spear at the closest zombie to me, the one that just failed his dex save.
Okay, roll to hit. Now, if you want to try using the D&D Beyond one, you can click the to hit button on the actions thing.
Yeah, I'll say plus something.
Um, yeah, I'm under actions. I'm trying to look for it.
Okay, I'll take a look at your character sheet.
Yeah, I see.
Pull it up. Well, I mean, you could just randomly click buttons until you find the right one.
that is true. That is true. I can do that.
Just keep clicking.
Just hit and hope.
Oh yeah, so trident and then range 20 in bracket 60 and then hit slash DC +5. So just click that +5.
So weird. So my spear is just in my inventory right now. It's not. Am I not actually wearing it? Okay.
Are you
Yeah, that
throwing your
makes sense.
trident or your spear?
I want to take out my spear. So I guess
Okay.
I reach into my sack and then I pull it out.
Yeah. So unsheathing a weapon is a free action, but if you do 2 of those, that's a standard action. So yeah, go ahead.
Okay. So I unsheath my spear, which means I gotta get in my inventory and say I'm wearing it,
Yeah.
and then I go back into actions. Aha, there it is. Okay, so I'm clicking on the spear under actions,
Yeah.
and not really doing much. Oh,
You
I'm
have to
trying to
click the plus number.
see the plus number.
If
Right.
you
So
follow spear across, it'll say like spear.
Oh, okay, yeah, the hit slash DC. Okay, I see.
Yeah, go. And then the one next to it is a dice roll.
Ah, yeah, yeah. All right, so to hit with my spear, that is a 23.
okay, that hits. And your damage. So since you were throwing it one-handed because you're holding the trident with the other hand, you click the 1d6 plus 2. The 1d8 plus 2 at the bottom is only if you were using 2
Yeah,
hands.
yeah, that's versatile.
Yeah.
And this does 4 damage,
Okay.
and it is stuck inside of his torso.
All right then. And
And
afterwards, it is.
you know what? I'm gonna use my second attack, and I'm just gonna throw my trident at him too.
Okay.
Um, I don't know. Imagine a 6 hits.
6 misses. So your trident is now on the floor, stuck in a stalagmite.
Well then, all right, that's my turn.
And with that, it is the roided zombies' turns. They are foaming at the mouth, and one of them, the one who starts his turn in the bonfire or the fire spell, decides to move out of the fire this way and make oh, I moved the fire instead. This way and makes an attack on Tancarius.
Bring it on.
And that's a 7, which misses. So it will do its second attack from the multi attack. And that is a 6. Also a natural 1. And
Ooh.
Definitely misses.
yes, and in this case, it will fall back into the fire. So, Williams, now that it's touched the fire again,
Um,
what's the damage?
because it's moved out, do I get an opportunity of attack?
Not in this case. Not unless it deliberately moves out. In this case, it was an involuntary thing. We've ruled
Okay.
that out already with all the vine whip or whatever that spell called shenanigans with Kumuk earlier.
So since he entered the bonfire again, he's gonna have to roll another DC 15 dexterity save.
Mm-hmm. 16.
He passes, but if he ends his turn in there, he'll have to do it again.
Okay, so then he will move out of the bonfire this way at the end of his turn. And currently the roided Zombo at the top left is still, I believe, under the control of Tenkarius.
Huh?
Failure 24 hours until you use feature again. Oh, okay. That lasts for a while. And then afterwards, it is Kumuk's turn. Now, Kumuk, because you came late, I slotted you in last on the initiative. So go ahead.
So it's my go now.
Yeah.
Okay. I am pretty far away, so I will use my just dash action. Oh, ensuring thing is being fun.
Wait, how far away are you? Were you in a
Over
different
here.
cave? Oh
He's no,
my.
he's in the bottom right corner.
All the way down here. So
Yeah, right.
first 30 feet, get up there, dash again. Do how do I do? Do and running. Hello, gentlemen. Sorry for being late. I've had one of my dazes once again.
Hmm.
When you start getting of age, you start losing track of time.
Yes. Luck looks at you, but he might be high on something right now, so he doesn't respond. It's like he's not even there.
All right. I sprinted up here, so I shall bonus action chalet for preparation to whack. That'll be the end of my turn.
Okay, Tenkarius, your enemies are on the ropes. It's your turn.
I'm just gonna walk up to the first one. Just say, sorry, bud. Touch him on the forehead. And inflict wounds, which is 24 to hit.
That
What?
hits.
Why is that changed to 11 there? Oh, is it 5? 11 to hit, sorry. My bad.
11. Okay. I don't know why it would change like that. Let's see. Huh. Okay, so 11 does hit this roid zombie because there's almost no like armor or defensive mechanisms on him. And your
Yeah.
damage.
21 necrotic damage.
And with that, the zombie returns to being double dead.
Double dead.
Double dedre.
And as it falls down, it once again falls into the fire and dissipates. Meanwhile, the lazy dwarf who tried to be a necromancer believes he has finally. Ha! I've finally managed to tame this guy. Don't you see? I can be a great necromancer. Much better than regular mining.
There is no such thing as a good necromancer.
Not realizing he stood in the actual presence of a necromancer.
He proceeds to inspect the roided out zombie like an animal husbandry breeder would inspect a cow. Various choice cuts of meat. Meanwhile, in the other rooms, the dwarfs are still carrying the book that Luck discovered about summoning. And I will reveal the room to the other side.
I was about to say Patrick's still on a mission to find this Beeple princess, so he's heading in that direction.
Uh,
He'll leave the dwarf to his musings.
It
I'm
seems to
gonna.
be a room that was just holding the zombies there, and there's a bunch of like old corpses and necromantic poets, but very like low level, nothing like super high end or anything. And I'll be back in a minute.
All right.
I'm guessing we came from all the way up the top,
Yeah.
past all the things. that big question mark book. I'm guessing that we've passed that.
Yeah, it's a big map.
So we're heading east slowly, but we took a diversion north, basically.
And we're trying to find the Beeple Princess, but seems now we need to head back down south and west.
Wait, there's a princess?
Yeah,
That's
there's
like
a princess that got captured, and we're trying to get to her before something bad happens.
Yeah. So it kind of
that.
looks like we've got to go back to all the rail tracks and head west.
I'm sure she'll be fine.
Yes, it appears the Beeple princess was kidnapped, but what we think is a vampire.
Ooshed. Don't
Maybe.
talk like.
Or knock off Pennywise.
Maybe they're just having a really small wedding ceremony.
Yeah, it'd be beautiful.
Yes, I've returned, and it looks like the party has finished looking at this part of the caverns.
Hold on, can I go up to the remaining zombie and just pick him up and throw him into the fire?
Go ahead.
No, I want to keep him.
Okay, so you stop your friend from uh, trying to cremate this zombie, and what is your reason?
I want to keep him. I can use him to attack.
I say,
I can
using
use,
those who have passed away is utterly cruel.
but basically, if we're going further down to a dungeon, is there going to be more traps? Have we come across any traps? We could set him off first. So the traps that there are any, he's going to get damaged, not us. I'm
You
in
would
control of him, like literally. He
you
can't do
would
nothing
fur-
without my say so.
you would further mutilate his body
Yeah,
for your own ends.
save myself getting hurt, save the rest of us getting hurt. Surely that's something. If you want to take one for the team, then go for it. But I'd rather keep myself safe than sorry.
Dwarf here has already made use of their labor. Might as well continue to make use of it until the body has expired.
Patrick will
Or
poke his
I
head
could
down,
put an end to his suffering.
looking his
If,
head
if I,
back out from the tunnel. Patrick's going to look around to the rest of the party. Well, this is a most fascinating debate. I would love to have at some point. Are on a bit of a time limit looking for this Beeple Princess, yes?
And then Zale looks at Patrick and he says, "What princess? We're in a cave.
Yes, this is the
Oh,
Lux
yes, you're
mining
right.
expedition.
A princess was sent with a mining expedition."
She
No,
seems
she
to
was
have been
brought
captured.
down here.
Regardless, we should make haste. Please, come, let us go. There is one place we haven't yet looked.
Go ahead. I'm not stopping you guys.
Patrick will drop concentration on the bonfire. There's going to be making haste. In the last area they haven't looked.
Okay, as you do that, the
Oh, that man is
conversation about whether to legally allow or disallow necromancy or the importation or exportation of necromancy among kingdoms is shelved for another date. As the king party goes down to the last spot, as Patrick leads the way.
Okay, we're heading this way, right? All right, never eat seaweed that way.
Southwest. You've
Southwest.
basically scoured the entire like northeast and east map.
Boop, 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 boop.
Oh yes. So I assume you are bringing the zombie with you, as the majority of the party is okay with that. So I'll just drag it
yeah,
along here.
Patrick
And
is, of course, having Mr. Smithers, his unseen servant, walk in front of him, like illuminating the passages before we enter.
Mr.
Okay,
Smithers.
so as you illuminate the passages and enter here, I need everybody to make an perception check.
Does it
Ooh,
involve smell?
perception.
12.
Does it involve smell?
In this case, no.
Okay. 13.
Got a 17.
The
Okay.
trying to roll perception on D&D Beyond, and it's just like I tap perception, and it's not really rolling it.
Okay, so did you click the button with the number beside perception?
Yeah, and it just brings up like the whole sheet of perception.
Oh, try clicking the one to the right of that.
The one that has the number in it.
Would
It'll be plus or minus something.
I'm not- Yeah, I'm not seeing that.
Okay, just do it manually in the Discord.
Hmm. 18.
18. Okay, so with that, you do notice that there seems to be a weird, menacing aura coming from the southwest.
Can I send the zombie in ahead?
Okay, so the zombie will walk in here.
Right. And then if he hasn't got injured, I'm going to follow. And can I see dark vision up to 60 feet anywhere in there?
And as the zombie enters in, you hear a bunch of sounds. And the zombie proceeds to walk out, and there looks like there is something attached to its ear.
Hmm.
Can I inspect it?
Okay, so roll Arcana.
Oh, I'm not great at these. 10.
10. Okay, so you're pretty sure it wasn't there before. So it's something that happened to it from the few seconds it was in the cave.
Uh, I, I want to send it back in.
Okay, so as the zombie, you command the zombie to go back in, but the earworm leech thing shivers, and it seems to be commanding the zombie to move out, which means the zombie is now, like, frozen between two different commands, and it's in the middle of the cave entrance.
See, I have dark visions. If I was to step close to the cave entrance without going in,
Okay,
can I
so
see
you
it?
peer into the cave from this side, and from what you can see, it seems that there is a kobold in the cave, and to the north of that, there is a shadow in the cave, kind of overshadowing the kobold.
I go out and feed back the information, what I received. That there's a kobold and something else. I'm not sure what it is. But there's some leechy things taking control of my zombie. What do we do?
Press forward.
The only thing we can do, go in
Patrick's gonna
and
have,
eliminate the enemy.
Patrick's gonna have the unseen servant, Mr. Smithers, bearing that torch. How far away can I get him? 60 feet. So
Okay.
Mr. Smithers will go up in this area somewhere.
Okay, so as Mr. Smithers illuminates the room, there is also a south entrance that you see as you're all like there. So Mr. Smithers will walk into the room and I will illuminate the rest of it. So it doesn't, there is no 30 feet, it's just like there. And you see into the tunnel, there is a tentacled humanoid.
Hmm.
No princess. There appears to be some sort of strange creature in there, but no sign of the princess.
Would this be a curse on the princess?
It is a
Hmm.
possibility, but I would prefer attempting to recover the princess as rapidly as possible than chasing hunches.
We should surround the target and interrogate him for information.
Now, as you're all making a big fuss at the edge of the cave, you hear a strange language being chanted, and the kobold peeks its head out to investigate, and then goes back in, and the two beings begin quibbling at each other. They've noticed you're there.
They're communicating. We better do something before they do something. As I rush in.
Okay, so you shove the zombie to the side to get in, so I'll move him slightly out, and you rush into the room.
Mm-hmm. It was.
Here's Patrick.
Yeah.
We'll go with him.
Okay, so with that, you are in the room, and the beings look at you. Now, you've moved in. Are you doing anything?
I'm not
Oh,
attacking.
Patrick, no, Patrick
I'm
will
not.
ready a spell.
I'm not attacking quite yet. I have my trident in one hand and my shield in the other, and I say, I'm ready for battle. But I say, stand down and answer our questions, or you will die.
I'll give him the help action on that.
Okay, so to that, you're doing an intimidation.
Yes.
Okay, so I'll roll 2 for those. And actually, you roll an intimidation.
Sweet.
Could be with advantage since I gave you the help action.
All right, that's the first roll. The first roll's a 15, and the second is a 17.
Okay, so with a 17, that's not what I meant to click. With a 17, the kobold goes prone in fear, and the illithid does notice you and shrieks at you, but it is not scared. And let's see. Okay, so with that, your turn would be over for the surprise round. And
Mhm.
the illithid would use another shriek, and I need everyone in the cave, which is Zale and Patrick, to roll an intelligence save.
Hmm.
Mhm.
25.
Nice.
11.
Not so nice.
Okay, so 25 makes it, but Zale, unfortunately, you become frozen in time, and this will last until the end of your next turn. So,
Oh.
token, conditions. Frozen. Okay, that's a snowflake there. Now, everyone will retain the same initiative, but I will roll the initiative because we're still in the same cave system. So
Yeah.
the enemy will roll its initiative, and that's an 8. I'll add you to the initiative. Okay. And with that, Tencarius is going first.
How far am I away? Quite a distance.
Let's see. So the zombie is currently in the middle of two different concentration spells, and it's not moving, but it's been moved away from the cave. So you can just, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, which would be 25 feet, and then that's 30 feet or 30 feet that way.
Hmm. Dum dum dum. And then, so bonus action. Only. No, it's no point actually. It's gonna be a waste. I should have thought about this a bit more. I'm gonna cast Firebolt.
Okay.
11 to hit.
11 unfortunately misses, as you instead strike what seems to be a few scrolls with weird languages, and as they burn up, the squid creature curses you.
And then that'll be it for now.
Patrick, you have survived a shriek that seems to have frozen Zale in front of you.
Patrick's gonna just get around Zale as smoothly as he can without hurting him.
Mm-hmm.
And he's gonna run up. As he's running up towards this illithid, he's gonna hold his right hand out to his side. You're gonna see a ball of energy begin to form as it begins flashing through various colors of all kinds. And can I swiftly make a history check to see if Patrick recalls anything about illithids?
A history
They're
check
resistant
would
or
take
weak to
your
anything?
standard action.
Oh, just all right. So just so I can't recall anything off the top of my head.
Uh,
Let's see. You know what? Just to throw people for a loop, it's going to be a chromatic orb. I'm going to use my gimmick of replacing damage with another spell in my spell book that appears at that same level. I'm going to replace the chromatic orb's damage with force damage from magic missile, and I'm casting this at the 3rd level. I'm
Ooh.
going to use my inspiration to give me advantage on 2 hit. For the first hit.
Wait, wasn't magic missile what's it called? Automatic hits?
Yeah, but I'm replacing chromatic orb's damage with the magic
Oh,
missile.
okay then. Yeah.
For
Okay.
the elemental typing. 20 to hit.
16 and 20 hits. So yeah, 20 hits.
All right, let's roll this beautiful damage. 5d8 force damage. So Patrick's going to run up, and he's literally, instead of actually throwing it, he's just going to run up and kind of Rasengan him right in the face for 24 force damage.
Ooh.
Okay, and as you do that, his cloak blows away, and you can see there are many scars and open wounds on the illithid as you do Rasengan this chromatic orb into him, causing even worse wounds.
You should make this quick before the people princess gets hurt. And Patrick is going to use the last of his movement to step over here. And just daring the illithid to kind of like step away from him. That's the end of Patrick's turn.
Okay. Zale, you are still frozen, so as your turn ends, you manage to break out of the time freeze. Remove condition.
Nice.
And it is the squid person's turn. And with that, it attempts to attack Patrick. And that's a 12 which misses.
Yes.
Yes. And with that, as it does miss, it will end its turn by shooting out an ear probe towards the kobold that does hit. Now, the kobold will get up and attempt to go into a tunnel that's a small person-sized tunnel that's in the cave. Now, Zale, you are no longer frozen, so that triggers your opportunity if you so wish.
Yes, I will take that action. Um, you know what? Instead of attacking it per se, with my trident, I'm going to try and grapple him
Okay.
because I really don't want him getting away.
Okay, so for a grapple reaction, roll athletics.
Okay.
Real good. Real good.
Okay, the kobold had a 5 in acrobatics, and you had a 10. So you're both flimsy-armed, but you managed to grab the kobold with an earlobe squid jutting out of it.
You're not going anywhere, buddy.
All right, Kumuk, it's your turn.
Yep, I knew my turn would take a while because plus 4 initiative.
uh,
All right, I will move into the cave. 5, 10, 15. Can I go around Zale?
just you can just
Like,
go through Zale because like the way the cave is, there is like a bit of space to just squeeze through. But I
all right.
didn't mention that before. If the cave is
Bonus
more narrow,
action,
I'll let you
slay
know.
and smack.
Okay.
Okay, I will slay and smack. Where is my thing? There it is. 18.
18 hits.
Hooray. And that will do 11 damage.
Okay, and with that, the illithid already wounded falls unconscious, and as unconscious, some purple fluid dribbles onto the cave floor at your feet, and this round of combat is over.
Nice.
Meanwhile, the zombie who was controlled by the ear squid no longer has that command and resumes entering the cave as per Tancarius's previous command and bumps into
Yeah,
Zale.
All right.
you dumb
Now that we
zombie.
have
I
dealt with the
I
squid threat,
I pull the ear thing out of the kobold.
Yes. And as you observe it, it looks like a modified version of what you can see that's already on the squid man's beard.
Does anyone have a water skin quickly?
Yeah, I do. And then I chuck you mine.
Please pass it here.
Yeah, I throw it over.
All right, Patrick will take the water skin. Once again, he's gonna pour the water out. Since I can make up to 3 castings of this last for an hour, Patrick is going to use the second one of shape water to put handcuffs and manacles on the illithid and freeze that in place. And then he's going to do the same to the kobold. So now that I have 3 under arrest, I can't put shackles on anyone else anymore with that, and I'll toss the water skin back. Thank you.
No worries.
I grab the kobold, and is he conscious?
Um, it seems the kobold is a bit woozy, but yes, it is conscious.
All right. I pick him up by the collar and I slam his back into a wall, and then I yell at him and saying, "Who do you work for?"
Look, the kobold will look at you and kind of scratch its head with its claws and mumble a bit. Oh
Well,
yes.
does he
No, go ahead.
mumble in his normal language, like Yiddish, like Draconic, basically?
It is not a mumble in a language, but it seems to be just general nervous mumbling.
Hmm.
'Cause I understand Draconic, so I didn't know if he was trying to mutter under his breath. That's all.
Uh, a little irritated. I slap him across the face pretty hard.
Okay,
Yeah.
with that, the kobold begins tearing up and says, "All right, I'll tell you. So this over here is my master who promised to teach me the secrets of being smart, so I could be a wizard like him." And he points to the illithid who is currently unconscious on the floor.
You really think that someone so much more intelligent than you would actually help you?
Well, he's been nice to me, nicer than the dwarfs, and the bards. Well, luck isn't here right now, but yeah, he'll jab a finger at what he think is luck, but it's actually the zombie.
What do you mean better than the dwarves and the birds?
Well, you see, when I'm in the dwarven city, if I take food that's just sitting there at a stall, they accuse me of stealing. But if I go to like the illithid's place and I take something, well, they don't consider that bad at all. After all, if I have the skill to steal it, it's mine. I don't get in trouble for going there again. I don't get wanted posters on my face everywhere.
See the falsity of what you're saying, though. Even you just said it was stealing. If you steal something from them, they don't consider it stealing.
Hmm.
Yeah, I know. It's great, right? These
I
people are
say,
so much more enlightened than the mammal pods and other and reptilians.
I say, so you're you're wanted in the Bardlands,
Yeah. Well, maybe, sure. I guess so. Yeah.
so I can turn you in for money.
Oh, I'm not worth that much. If you let me go, I'll give you, I'll let you in on some secret stuff down here.
What kind of secret stuff?
Oh, like you know, like old treasures from old kingdoms that were here thousands of years before. Yes, yes. The illithids talk all about that, but they don't really care about those stuff. But yes, cultural artifacts. Yes.
As much as I like artifacts, these mines do belong to Lord Luck. Anything within them are his property. Atop that, you are attempting to bribe us with our greed in order to let you go. However, as you notice, I've already put ice handcuffs and shackles upon you. You will be getting taken in, regardless of how little you are worth.
This isn't fair. I was supposed to be a mage, but you're limiting the magic to whoever can be taught. I want to learn magic too.
It is not we are limiting who can be taught. My academy teaches magic to all kinds. You, however, have a problem with your moral compass that needs corrected.
This is exactly why I don't trust the government.
I say, you really should have thought about who you studied under. Going in to learn magic, you could have gone almost anywhere else and ended up in a better situation than where you are now.
Perhaps you, once you have repaid your debt to society, might look into attempting to obtain a scholarship to Horizon Academy. In the meantime, you must still find the Beeple Princess.
Yeah. So what do you do with these captives currently?
I slap him again, and I ask him if he knows anything about the princess.
Oh well. Let's see. Quite a few hours ago, there was a ruckus as some pale fellow uh, came down here with what sounded like a buzzing and a variety of screams from the lower caverns. And yeah, we came from the lower caverns to hide here where we thought it would be safer. And it is, for truly, if he had caught us, the two of us would be dead instead of just, abused by the government.
I will offer you an arrangement. If I remove the shackles from your feet and you can lead us swiftly to where the Beeple Princess is, I offer my word that I will petition for leniency whenever Lord Luck judges you.
Okay, sure, I'll take that deal. Yes. My feet itches, and it's time to walk to where it is. Yes.
Patrick will utter the ice bindings about his ankles, but he's leaving the ones on his hands. He's not uncuffing his hands.
Yeah, I get.
Swiftly now.
Okay.
I put my
So
face. I I I put my face like an inch away from the kobold's face, and I say, "If you lead us astray, I will cut off your feet, so you can never lead anyone astray again."
quite merciful. Yes, Lolbert will lead you well. So Lolbert will say, "Excuse me," and go around you and the zombie and go this way, south. And I will reveal the map.
Before he gets too far, I'm gonna cast the sky south and be like, look how easy it is to replace you by literally copying a mirror image of what he looks like.
Oh, wow. Okay, and what are you doing with the Illithid who's currently unconscious and like
Oh,
in
I
cuffs?
go over to the Illithid and I look for a arcane focus, and if he has one, I will take it from him.
Okay, so as you look into the Illithid to see where his arcane focus is, you do not seem to notice anything. However, there are quite a few weird beads and piercings in the body and the head and the tentacles. So any one of those could be arcane focuses if you want to spend a minute trying to take one of them or all of them.
Oh,
I
man.
do have a set of manacles as well if you want them to actually
Uh,
lock him up.
I should last for about an hour.
Yeah, I'm gonna cast the first level spell Detect Magic, and I'll just use that to see where his focus is.
Okay. So the focus of the Illithid seems to be a needle-like implement that is inside its brain bubble in its head.
Oh, okay. I hmm, interesting place.
Now
If we wish to prevent it from casting spells, we just must make sure it cannot make up any of the other components.
Yeah,
So
I take my trident. I take my trident out, and I say, its arcane focus is in its head. There is no other way to remove it. I have to stab him in his brain.
goodness, we don't need to remove the focus. We just need to bind him so we cannot. We just need to bind and gag him so he may not cast vocal or somatic. We must make sure that he is unable to move. We don't even know what his goal was in infiltrating this place.
I
I
sigh, and I say, all right, fine. But if he does anything, don't say I didn't warn you.
Should he
oh,
do something, I will personally deal with it.
now as you leave the Illithid behind in the room, the kobold will show the map, and I have to move the audience map too so the audience can see that. There we go. And
Oh, and
you
holes.
see what seems to be lavas streaking from the walls and a variety of holes with slugs of various sizes. And the kobold says to you, "Oh, these slugs are so slow you can just hop down and get to the bottom and watch." And he proceeds to stand, like, just hop down and past the slugs, and there's no opportunity attacks triggered, and gets to the bottom.
Hmm.
What are you waiting
Interesting.
for?
Well, it
Because
follows
I still look like him, I'm gonna try and follow the same route.
Yeah, so you make it too.
Patrick's gonna try.
Yeah, I moved to.
Yeah. Well, it seems like these slugs are just part of the natural landscape, and they are currently docile. So, you've Zale and Patrick have managed to get down to the bottom, and
Kumuk.
Lolbot will usher into a cave that's on the left side.
Kumuk, you're falling behind again, brother.
And will make an
Oh, my audio
appearance
was cut
here.
out. I was trying to fix it. I was just asking if I could bind up the illithid and, use a mining pipe to stick him to the wall in case it tries to run off.
Ah.
Okay, yeah. Um, okay, so do that. It takes 1 minute to bind him to the wall. And in the meanwhile, you've noticed that everybody has gone down. Has the zombie also gone down, Tankarius?
He's following me everywhere now until I tell him to disappear.
Okay, so as the roided zombie goes down, it accidentally kicks one of the slugs, but the slug gets a bit miffed, but whatever, it follows you.
But it's a slug. I'm
Yeah, one of the smaller slugs.
too lazy to do anything.
Okay. Now, the kobold looks at you and says, "Okay, I don't really remember which way leads to the place that the pale man probably went to, but it's probably one of those."
Uh,
Okay.
can I
I
cast
will
light?
make my way back down to catch up.
Yeah.
Okay, Kumuk, as you go down, one of the slugs thinks that you're the zombie, so it will shoot a fire at you, and let's see. Oh, that's a natural 20, so let's see the
Oh.
damage.
Oh no.
Oh, good luck.
It's alright, I have healing stuff. I can heal you.
Oops. Okay, so that's 1 damage times 2, so you get 2 fire damage. It was a big nothing. It was just one of the small slugs spitting at you.
It was winding up, then it coughed on its own fire.
Okay, so that's 2 fire damage for you, Kumuk, as you join the
Yep.
rest of the party. Now, which
Okay.
direction is the people going?
Can I use light, basically, cast it on a mirror, and then throw it down one way, and then use my dark vision to look down the other?
Mm.
And then
Okay, so you throw it down the right way, which is this way, and it reveals a long corridor with a statue at the end of it.
I'm going to send my zombie down towards the statue.
Okay, so the zombie goes down towards the statue, looks at it, scratches it a bit. Nothing happens.
So I'm going to follow suit.
Mm.
Okay, so as you follow
Oh, yeah.
suit, the statue will slightly move its head towards you, and let's see. You hear what sounds like a voice like plants in the wind rustling, and it says, "Tell me of the land."
Of the what?
So it takes a while to hear what it's saying, but you decipher it said, "Tell me of the land."
Hmm.
Trundle back, tell everyone, and then see what they say.
Hmm.
It just that statue down there just mumbled something at me.
It's
Tell
a
me of
talking
the
statue.
land. Yeah, the zombie's still down there, just like still tickling it. Says, "Tell me of the land" or something. I'm not really sure.
I poke the kobold with the butt end of my trident and I just poke him in the corridor and I say, Inigo?
Youch! So the kobold will go in and then be like, "Well, okay, I'm here."
Have you ever seen this before?
Ah, I've tried to like chisel out a bit of the wings to maybe sell it, but it's pretty hard, so I haven't been able to do much about it. It's basically just like, something to look at when you're feeling sad.
Then why is it talking?
It talks. It looks at the statue again and then looks at you.
I go over and poke it again, see if it responds to me again.
It opens its eyes at you, recognizes you, and then closes its eyes again.
See, it's more than just a statue.
Huh, I've never seen that before.
Doctor's gonna send Mr. Smithers down the other hallway.
Okay, so with that, I will open this up. As you peer through the torch that Mr. Smithers lights, it seems that there is a long stairs descending, and at the bottom, there is a weird bridge that leads to what seems like water and magma coexisting in the same place.
Still no. Somebody ask him if he remembers a bridge and water.
A bridge and water. Remember it?
Oh, yes, that was the correct way, of course. It takes forever to climb down those stairs if you can't,
No, this is
tentacle your way up like my master does, or at least
Okay.
ex-master. I think he was a bit of a hack now that you think about it.
I say, how did you forget to go in the direction of lava and water? Oh, sorry, a bridge and water. That seems pretty noticeable.
To be honest, I really hate climbing. So, as you look down the ladder inserts into the walls, it looks deeper than it is. So currently, the session started at 12 noon, and it's taken an hour to fight and then an hour to deal with the illithid, followed by another hour of analysis, and then an hour to get past the slugs. So now another hour to deal with the statue. So now it's around evening, like early evening right now. So if you go down now, it will be about night, because it will take like a while to climb down those things.
Hmm.
This poor princess. We have been trying to book it and we can't. He's dead by now.
Maybe. I kobold's pretty safe in the corridor. I walk over to Patrick and I say, "Hey, you think someone used Awaken, or you think someone cast Awaken on that statue?"
It is a possibility, but it would be somewhat. I could cast detect magic to see if there is a school of magic that's been used upon it. But we must still make haste. We have delayed so much as it is already. Kobold, get over here.
Hmm.
Yes, of course.
You're right. I've already used one first level spell slot, and it's already getting late. We should keep going.
Indeed. Make haste. Kobold, lead the way. Let's go.
Okay, so the Kobold will lead your way down and cross the bridge and get down to the water port. And as you do, I will reveal the rest of the water. Now, the Kobold said, well, usually when I was doing chores for the squid-faced master, we would just swim in the water and I would grab onto his tentacles as he swam. But yeah, it seems like there's a bunch of water and I never really like looked at where we're going, but down here should be like the place.
It seems we have hit a hiccup. Do not have the water breathing spell. Mr. Zero, this seems like the perfect opportunity for you to show your skills.
It would seem so. I'm perfectly suited for this environment. Wait right here. I will be back within 1 minute. If I don't come up, you better prepare yourselves for whatever's next. And then I jump into the water and I start diving down.
Okay, so as you dive down, you've triggered an opportunity attack. So I'm going
boy.
to roll to hit.
Ooh, somebody's down there.
No.
And that is an 18 to hit.
That hits.
And you've gotten 8 force damage.
Force damage. That's interesting.
Now, as you get the force damage, you notice on your wound, it seems that the wound is opening and closing every so often.
That's gross.
Okay, so now, let's see. It is, initiative again. So, let's see. Zale, since you're in the water, you'll start.
Okay.
And you've
So
just been attacked, yeah.
Whatever hit me, I was within its range. I could see it with my 60 foot of dark vision. Unless it's hitting me from further than 60
Okay.
feet away.
Oh, sorry, I didn't mean to do that. Let's see. That's not what I meant to click. I need to check this. Okay, so I'll reveal the 60 feet from you. And, yeah, so it seemed to be coming from this direction to the east. The hit.
Well then, it's gonna take. I'm gonna have to dash over there just to get to him. Kinda have to. I don't really have offensive spells, so melee is kind of my only option here. Can I? I assume I'm like 5 foot below the water, right?
Okay, so the distance between the cliff you jumped from and the water is about 15 to 20 feet, depending on how the water is moving up and down.
Okay. So I will surface really quick.
Okay.
Yeah, just get my head above the water. That's it. How much movement speed does that take?
Well, since you've just entered the water, that would take 5 feet.
All right. So I swim up and I put my head above water, and I say to the rest of the party, "I just got attacked from something to the east of me. I can't see it, but I'm
Okay.
about to face it head on."
Okay, so you use your free action to make talk that lasts about 1 or 2 sentences.
Yeah. And then I'm gonna get back below water and dash. So that's another 5 foot of movement speed. I've used 10. So I have, well, my movement speed's 30, and dashing, that would be 60. 40. Alright, that's the rest of my movement speed.
Okay, so as you dash, you see a fish with an eye on its side in the dark waters.
Hmm. Hmm. I'm going to. Yeah, I'm going to leave it at that.
I'm very aware of who that is, but Kumuk cannot see it right now.
Okay, so it
Yeah,
is
maybe.
the enemy's turn, and it sees you. And in this way, it will swim towards you and try to make an attack of its own. And as you do, you notice that blood comes out from the tear ducts of a giant eye, while blood from your wound also comes out. And let's see, Zale, roll an perception for the blood from your wound.
Okay. That's a 2.
A 2. Okay, so you've noticed that the wound looks very different from any wound you've ever seen before, but you are too freaked out to understand the implications of that. And with it, it will make the fish will make its action. Now, you feel the water currents pushing you to a direction. Now make a strength saving throw.
Alright. 19.
Okay, so 19, you manage to hold yourself in the water as the gust of wind keeps you where you currently are, and you do not move. And then that will be the end of the weird fish's turn, and it is Kumuk's turn.
Okay, my turn now. We're doing some water combat.
Well, it's about the only other one of us that can fight underwater. He can't breathe, but he can hold his breath.
Yeah, so I won't be able to do spells, but I can at least whack them like hell. Oh, wait! I've got a fun idea. I'm going to conjure animals and conjure sharks.
Yo.
Woo! Okay, I'm gonna find the shark tokens.
Let me bring up that sheet again. Let's see, D&D. Is there dire sharks? Or is there only regular sharks? Let us check.
Okay, and how
Remember you
far
did
are you summoning them? The distance. So it's about currently,
Um,
it's about 15 feet from here to here.
Yeah, from the
did
cliff to
this
the
in the
water.
last campaign too, there, Kumuk.
hmm?
You did this shark shenanigan in the last one too.
Hey, when you got water, you summon sharks.
So how many were there?
I'm trying to find the right shark one. There's reef shark, there's giant shark. Which is the one that's the right challenge rating? Is it hunter shark? Oh, this is, let's see, conjure animals can conjure up to CR2. Uh,
Yeah, but the
let's
higher CR you summon, the less you can summon.
Yeah, no, I'm literally on D&D Beyond double checking
Yeah.
shark challenge ratings. I think, okay, here we go. I will go with reef sharks. That is half, so I can summon 4 of them.
Okay,
Hmm.
4.
And I will give out the general command, uh, crush the enemy that my compatriot is fighting.
I think you can move the shulk tokens.
Let's see. What is my range for summoning them? It is 60 feet. So I can see. How far down can I see into this water?
Let's see. So you're currently wearing the goggles, which gives you dark vision, and
Mhm.
the water is really deep down, but there isn't much in there currently.
Mhm.
But you do see the trails that Zale made in the water, so you know which way he went, but you don't see Zale or the fish with the eye apart from what Zale's description of it was earlier.
Oh, yeah. That's why I gave the general direction to crush the enemy that my compatriot is fighting. So do movement. I guess I'll space them out like this. And do they? I think they need their own initiative.
Just to make things simpler, I'll have them all go after you.
Okay.
Shark bait, woo ha ha.
In the
What?
spell, it literally lists animal examples for
Eh,
CR.
eh.
Completely forgot about that.
Yeah, it does.
All right. So with that command, they will follow. And since I have the reef shark stuff, they
Okay,
can
Kumuk,
move.
right now it is time for my exercise break because I've been sitting for more than 90 minutes. I will
Mhm.
re-put the timer on screen. Now, for Nick, who's new, I do have, after every 90 minutes, I take a 20-minute break. So I'm going to go on a jog. Feel free to get any food, toilet break, etc. And then I will be back at, where did the timer go? I will be back at 5:20.
All right.
It's 5:20.
At 5:40, I mean. Whoops.
Yes, Nick, you will find out when we find a tricky situation and conjure some animals to even the playing field.
Sharks.
Works every time.
Sure,
Yeah.
sharks.
The
Suddenly
last,
find
yeah.
yourself surrounded by 4 reef sharks. What do you do?
Fry.
That's right. Zale doesn't know they're under orders.
And
They'll just start going to town on the fish.
I'm trying to see. I can't answer at the moment, but future, I'm sure I can cast giant animals
The giant reef shark.
in it. Imagine. See, because I've gone paladin sorcerer. You see.
Ooh,
Uh-huh.
pal sword.
Asimar paladin sorcerer. So I currently have loads of spells and a 3d10 necrotic damage spell at level 5.
Eventually, Kumuk's just going to summon 8 pixies. Going to
Yes.
cast polymorph on us to turn us into T-Rexes, and then have the other 4 cast fly on us.
See, because if you cast Steed, if you have Steed, you can
Mhm.
actually cast Velociraptors, you know. And there's Velociraptors on D&D Beyond.
Yeah, I
It's
know. I never
amazing.
use the eighth ones and summon like 8 or 16 of them. I always try and keep myself to 4 or
Hmm.
just so I don't drive everybody insane.
But
And it,
you don't want to turn us all into flying T-Rexes?
I
I'd
don't
love
have
to
to
be a
bother
flying
managing
T-Rex.
8 pixies.
I'd love to be a flying
Plus,
T-Rex.
I have to see the thing first. Actually,
That's
I don't know how the rules of that will work with the pixies, because most of the time you can only polymorph into something you've seen. That's why I try and keep it to like 4, or if the situations are really dire, I'll just go 8 wolves and just roll them in pairs. That's what I did. That's what I did the last time against some blade singers. Just 2 wolves, 2 singer, and they just went to town on
See, I'm thinking I have a flying speed, so I could fly above and then just start shooting
them. Imagine I summon a shark in your
fireballs.
arms, then you just carpet bomb like shark
Yes.
airdrop inbound.
Boom, boom, boom. Funny.
Just imagine somebody's trying to escape by water and you go flying over holding a giant shark.
Or we could get you to try and swim towards me with the fish following you, and I'll shape water right in front of the fish so it hits a frozen block and just knocks itself out.
But aren't the fish on our side?
No, I mean the actual fish, the one that's trying to kill him, not our
Oh,
sharks.
that one. Ah, yes.
Yeah,
For
yeah,
context, that one is Spyfish, the one that was fucking around with my kingdom. But Kumuk
You
doesn't
know
know
what?
that.
yeah.
As a Triton, I can talk to fish. I think I'll try to talk to the thing that's attacking me.
I think Spyfish, he is able to speak common because he was able to in my kingdom. Because apparently he was a spy. He caused a lot of annoyances. But Kumuk doesn't know this, he just knows there's an adversary attacking Zale, so Shark Force. The Shark Core. Yeah, so far it's been sharks and wolves.
My go-to used to be bears.
Bears. I can understand bears. I just thought it was really funny because I did a summon of the wolves before, and we had an immortal hag, so I just gave it to the wolves as a chew toy.
That's brilliant. See, I've
And it
done
was just
elk
the,
before.
it was just the hag's head. So the wolves were just playing hot potato with the head and just swinging it around like a rag doll.
I
I've done
remember that
elk,
one.
and I've done elks before when we were all too lazy to walk out of the dungeon. So it's like, go on, let's just ride. So
True.
I'll have a couple of moose.
It does help with travel time.
It does.
Or if you want to cut down on that even more. Well, actually, wait. Don't the conjures only last like, yeah, up to an hour? But still, that can really cut down on travel.
It
Yeah,
depends
it
which
could.
one you go for. Because if you have find greater steed, I'm sure it lasts for a whole day.
Oh, yeah. I don't think I get that one.
I'm not sure. There's all different ones, ain't there, though? But you
Hmm.
get ones with flying speed as well.
Uh, I think Contrandals can do that. I think it's a higher CR, though. Well, depending on how big the creature is.
Hmm.
Huh. Apparently, giant wolf spider is a quarter. How big are those? Giant wolf spider. Oh, D&D.
I'm
And
actually
then
like the size of your hand or something.
They
can you
are medium,
cast?
tiny,
Can
agile,
you
though.
cast up until they total 2, basically, for your CR? So if you can get, like, you got 4 half ratings there, haven't you, for your sharks?
I can have 4 halves, 2 ones, or 1 2. And I think if I upcast,
Yeah, could you have 8 fours, basically? 8 quarters, even.
yes. 8 quarters would be like
2.
uh the smaller creatures if you just want to swarm somebody. But I
Yeah,
can summon riding horses.
that's what I mean. Have 8 horses. One for everyone. And whoever we're carrying off. Because they've been
Mhm.
naughty boys.
But they're not very, maneuverable inside a mine setting.
What are we all playing anyway? What class and characters and that?
I'm playing a Paladin, Oath of the Watchers, Triton.
Nice.
I
So
am
I
a Circle of Spores druid, and I am Kumuk the Turtle.
wait, there's a circle of spores?
Yeah,
But was that added in Tasha's Cauldron of Evil?
no, Circle of Spores has been around a while.
I'd say that's been
Really? I've never heard of
decent
it
popular.
before.
Yeah, I think it's a Xenothar's. Let me double check.
Oh yeah. Okay, yeah, that makes sense because it's not in the
Uh,
standard player's handbook.
So it won't be the
It
same
was
thing.
added in Guide to Ravnica and Tasha's Cauldron of Everything, so it was both.
Ah, I mean, I should get Tasha's. I really should.
It's nice.
The fun thing with Halo of Spores is I don't have to wild shape, but I get something called symbiotic entity, so I just get a bunch of temp HP.
Oh,
Yeah, and when I use my Halo of Spore reaction to throw shit at people, or throw mushroom spores at people, it does double damage, but the dice isn't super big. It's a reactionary attack, but still very
yeah.
handy.
It's the form of mushroom spores or actual shit. You know, whatever he's feeling that day.
Actual
Yes,
shit. Bring it.
because yes, to bring in the context, Nick, Kumuk is the leader of the Shroom Sovereignty.
Oh, but oh yeah, that's right. They're communists now.
Yes, the three words I used to describe Kumuk: Russian, uh, Russian Druid Uguay.
Russian Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle.
Yeah. But yeah, we in the last kingdom we were in, we found people. The people were gonna do like a communist revolution, and
Mhm.
we stopped it, and we found their communist guidebook, and Kumuk took it and he implemented that in his kingdom.
Just pure
It's like,
communism.
Oh yeah,
yes,
the Cat Nasta book.
yeah,
Took the book.
What did I took? I took the banner, didn't I?
yeah, you did.
Let's see.
And I took the portal technology.
Yeah, I got the airship sail with the Cat Nasta emblem, and that gave me a bonus.
Yeah, that gave you plus culture or fame, one of the
I
two.
think it was culture.
Culture and fame are the same stat. I think we're operating with economy, culture slash fame, and security safety.
Right.
Yeah.
If I can just find where that pin was for uh what each person had. Oh, there it is. Is that attendance? No, that's attendance. Uh, I'm trying to remember where he posted that sheet on what each of the people's resources was for like bonuses. Because I know my economy's down because I'm cultivating the radioactive hazard zone.
Uh, yeah, my economy is also down because I'm spending money on portal research.
Mhm.
Um, although it didn't take as bad a hit because I did some trading with Merfolk.
True. Yeah, Nick, a fun thing you can do with your kingdom when, we're having like the between the kingdom episode days, you have a action to do to research new technology and your other action to develop current technology.
Yeah. Because I
That
And
way
just
then
it'll
there's
create a casino instead.
yeah, and then there's a bonus action where you can do stuff like trading.
Mhm. That's where I can create my casino.
yes, develop a thriving tourist. You just have to make sure people can
Mhm.
get to your country.
Just pure hookers and prostitutes and blackjack.
Oh, you can hire some workers
All
from
right, Bender.
Yeah, yeah. My kingdom's 3,000 feet below sea level. Like no one comes there.
Yes, so trading is very difficult. Unless you have ways of breathing underwater or make a bathysphere outpost.
Kingdom's like a sky kingdom, kind of hanging off the side of a mountain. That
We had a sky one, it blasted off into space.
Yeah, like just like Team Rocket.
Yep, and that's where I took over the refuge zone to cultivate more mushroom people.
Wait, dude, it'd be nuts if the culmination of that is that you just have uh myconid people that just are immune to radiation.
because if we're allowed developing technology, will actually go into space travel.
You just need to, obviously, you just need to make it reasonable and, have the developed the stuff necessary to get to that point.
Yeah, rocket ships.
The Asimars like believe celestial beings, etc., etc.
Mhm.
So if I just say they're trying to find the true origins by blasting off into the speed
Yeah.
of light.
Okay. Yeah, like this whole session right now, this is Lux people trying to get to a mithril vein for his
Uh,
development. So it
uh,
could work as a way to generate sessions for what our countries are trying to do, and other countries trying to sabotage it.
yes. It's
Like
just like
right.
Russia versus the UK on the space plan.
I'm just
They're
part
trying
of
to
the Nerd
sabotage
Federation.
us. Yeah.
King of
Yeah.
all nerds.
Oh,
It's like Russia and NASA. That's what I'm going for.
as a racial ability, I can cast Wall of Water, and like I thought it'd been really funny if I could cast Wall of Water underwater, but I can't. It specifically says on the ground.
Oh no, because I can shape water as well. 'Cause someone else can, hence why I'd be able to freeze the cuffs. But if you were to create wall of water and then I freeze it in the same turn, that would be quite funny.
Yeah,
Then just a barricade that just and just within a second, the barricade someone runs into and just dung.
yeah, and it can be 30 feet long and 10 feet high and 1 foot thick, and that's just Wall of Water. Imagine if you freeze it, it could be like 3 feet thick or something.
Yeah,
That's
that's what I
painful.
mean. I could shape water in front of it and then just
Yeah,
bring out like a 10-foot frozen block in front of it. They just run into. Because you can cast 2 instances at 5 foot a block, can't you?
Yep, 5-foot cubes.
Yeah, man. That's the one.
Yeah, I'm
So,
I'm I'm the team wizard for everybody. Order of scribes. I'm playing
yeah.
what I like to affectionately refer to as the machine gun wizard.
See, I've gone sorcerer, so me and you could help each other quite well, to be fair.
Oh, I
You
found the economy sheet. There it is.
ever heard of the machine gun sorcerer? I mean
No,
machine gun wizard.
no.
I have not either.
Machine gun wizard. It is a special combo I've come up with that I love so much. One of the first feats you want to pick up, which I gotta wait until level 9 to get. Next feat is you want to get Fey touched, so you can get access to two things. They'll give you the Misty Step spell. You get to choose any one spell you want to learn at level 2, but it has to belong to either I think the Illusion School or the Enchantment School. You want to pick up, and it
Heavy
doesn't
then.
matter which class's spell list it comes from. It just has to be from that school of magic, right? I use
Got a
that to
heavy
pick up
list.
the Warlock's Hex spell.
Yes, me.
So you put Hex on somebody, then every time you hit them, you get an extra D6 in necrotic. But because I'm Order of Scribes and I have that lovely little ability I have called Replace Damage, which I can change the elemental damage anything does. Eventually, I pick up Ritual Caster Cleric to get Guiding Bolt. And then I'll have Chromatic Orb, Mind Spike, and Empiric Touch in my repertoires. I basically get access to all 10 magical elements in the game. So, and
Ooh,
since they're all upcastable, you can just swap out the damage of whatever spell you want for whatever damage, right? If I swap out the necrotic from that to say, like, if I was fighting a powerful troll or whatever, I can swap that necrotic damage out to fire damage. Then, after you've got that on, follow up with the highest level magic missile you can do, and you can swap that's damage to fire or anything else you want as well. But they pair off because when magic missile hits, you hit like with ever so many darts. Each dart triggers hex. Each dart gets an extra d6 in damage. So instead of doing 1d4 plus 1 per dart, you're doing 1d4 plus 1 and a d6 per dart.
Which is quite heavy.
There's no save, there's no attack roll, there's nothing. There's just damage. That's why I
That's
call it
why
the machine gun wizard. It says fuck you to any one particular enemy at a time.
it, it's why I think inflict wounds is so heavy because it's 3d10 at level 3, mate. It's like, who needs that much damage? Like,
Oh,
Yeah,
God
that's
help
almost
you
like
if you crit on
so
somebody
early
too.
on, isn't it? But so much damage so early on.
I can't wait until I can hit somebody like a troll with like a fire altered vampiric touch. Because then it's going to do the double damage. So it's like a hit for the whatever amount of the vampiric touches, and then it doubles. So you're also going to get, you're basically rolling for how much HP you get back because you're going to do double that in damage.
Trolls, yeah, that might be
I'm showing
appearing
up by the
soon,
beta
depending on the
stuff
choices
wipe
made.
out. What's that?
Trolls might be appearing soon, depending on what choices the players make.
So in other
Maybe
words,
not this session, but soon-ish.
big fight.
Anyway, while I was gone, I managed to put dinner in the instant pot and did some mild exercise and a jog. Looks
nice.
like we have 1 minute until countdown. The timer is a bit ahead of what my clock says, so I do hope everyone is back.
Yeah.
Ever left?
Okay, Mega. So you've had 20 minutes to decide what your turn is. I'm gonna hide the timer, and let me. Have you done your bonus action yet?
I was just going to bonus action Chalet again.
Okay, Shulk turn. Let's go.
Oh no, yeah, Shark's turn, right? Um, I guess since I gave the order to crush the enemy of my compatriot, the Sharks will follow Zale. Double check their movement. Yep, they got plenty of swim speed.
Dale, 4 sharks come up behind you. What do you do?
So,
I asked
doo-doo-doo-doo,
I asked them if they're friendly
doo-doo-doo-doo, doo-doo-doo-doo.
because I can't do that. I can communicate simple ideas with anything that breathes water.
And what did the Shulks say?
No.
Kumuk.
Um, Order of Turtle, kill companion enemy.
Yes, don't forget that last word.
All
Okay,
right then.
so yes. So they are under orders to kill companion's enemy. So they will go to town on the fish that Kumuk cannot see.
There's a brief pause between companion and enemy just to see your reaction.
The sharks had to think like the word companion, is it food or not food?
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm gonna just have the sharks go to town on the fish, and you gotta love pack tactics. So, do. That's a 23.
23 hits.
Okay, I'm just rolling all the things so we know how many hits. That's a 13? The 13 hit.
13 misses.
Okay. That's a dirty 20.
Okay, 20 hits.
Okay, last shark. That's a 12, so that misses.
And 12 misses, yeah.
Okay, so 2 attacks land, that's 2d8 damage. Ouch, that is 3
Wow.
plus that. That's 7 damage because of 2 shark attacks. That was
7
cool.
damage. That is unfortunately low, as the nimble fish only gets a few shark bites.
Okay, and
Now,
that was my bonus action chalet, end of my turn.
yes. Okay, Zale, I need you to make make a wisdom check.
Okay. 7.
Okay, the sharks look different, but you can't really tell how, as you're currently concentrating on the fight only, and not really your fighting companions.
Mm.
Tark, it is your turn.
My turn, sorry.
Yes.
I don't really know what to do, because if they're fighting in the water, I'm not really much useful. Do, 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 do.
You wanna you wanna send the zombie underwater too?
I don't know what I can do underwater that's going to help,
Yeah, I know.
apart from drown and die.
Well, the way I usually roll it, if it's normal water, you can just walk in it. But if it's like deep water like this, you have to roll athletics or acrobatics to see how well you swim and or drown. And then depending on that roll, afterwards you can do your regular movement speed if you get a good one.
So roll athletics or
If you
acrobatics,
want to
either or.
swim, or you can choose to stay on land or do something else.
18.
Okay, 18 acrobatics. So this water melds well with you as you're more focused on hunting prey than the dangers of swimming. And so the way it goes is that it's the cliff is about 15 to 20 feet depending on how the water rises or falls, but if you jump off it's just considered 5 feet of movement.
I'm going to jump in and splash.
Okay, that's 5
So
feet.
that's
No
and
damage,
then
so you're in the water.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That's 30. And then
Oh yeah, you can also I'll just open up this side for you of the dark water. You could like just go up in that direction too if you want. It's just still underwater.
how much does the fish weigh?
Um it's hard to tell. It could be heavy or light. You're not sure currently.
Can I cast Mage Hand on it? Because I'm assuming I'm in range of
Oh,
seeing it
okay.
now.
I don't think the fish would be like heavy or light enough for Mage Hand to like pick it up and do stuff with it.
I just want to grab it by its tail and then just hold it there, basically.
Okay, so the fish is about like a little bit smaller than a medium-sized creature. So maybe like a dwarf size. That
Yeah.
would not be able to do anything with the power of a mage hand cantrip. You wouldn't be able to
Oh,
like
no
hold
worries.
it there.
So I just let that action fail then, and that'd be end of my turn.
Okay, Patrick.
Patrick's gonna move the goblin out of the way so he can stand here.
Yep. Okay, so you try to move the goblin out of the way, but instead
I'm
you
gonna move
accidentally
over
push
here.
the kobold into the
Oh no, I
water.
was moving him over here. I was moving
Oh,
the kobold over here
okay.
so I could see him there.
Okay, well, it's a bit too late. He's already fallen in.
Oh,
Damn.
all right. Since he's in the water now, Patrick's gonna use shape water to make a little iceberg for the goblin, I suppose. Or unless I have anything else I can do there. Mm, no, I do not. I'm gonna have to. All right, so I'm gonna drop. I'm gonna let the ice on his hands break. Can cast shape water and make an iceberg for him to float on, so he doesn't drown.
Okay, there's the iceberg. Yeah, he's clinging
And
onto it.
that's gonna be the end of Patrick's turn. As he says, "Climb back up here, you klutz."
Okay, so as Patrick's turn ends, you hear a few rumblings behind you, and
And
you notice that there's some bats flying in the caverns, being attracted by all the noise that you've made. Okay, so the first bat will go down and attack the zombie, the roided zombie, and I'll make its roll. Okay, so that's a 16 to hit and damage. Okay, wow, that's max damage. So the zombie has 8 damage. Now, Tankarius, you've been able to determine after taking control of the zombie that it has 40 HP, and after 8 damage, it now has 32 HP.
32. Yeah.
I should organize my notes better. Okay, and with that, the next bat will go down and attack Kumuk. And it'll make its attack. Okay, so that's a 6, which I believe misses, and that's the end of their turn. It is Zale's turn.
Okay. As my reaction, I will use my emissary of the deep racial trait to try and communicate with the spyfish.
Okay.
What? Essentially, I'm trying to ascertain why it's attacking me. Is this its territory?
Okay, so in a short sentence, you ask what is the common blubble, which would be one of the most common fish languages, and Spyfish responds to you back in common that, let's see, this is not currently my territory, but it soon will be. Now, do you want to further communicate, or are you just going to let that stand as a free action of just communication?
Hmm. I'll keep communicating.
Okay.
I ask him, you do realize you're in a sovereign nation, right?
Okay, so this fish will blink at you and say, oh, a sovereign nation only to the extent that your laws can reach. And down here, I do not see any bards or bard warriors or dwarfs apart from your party. And how deep does the boundaries of this bardland nation even go?
Hmm. You know what? I'm not even gonna attack him. I'm just gonna spend my turn talking to him.
Okay, go ahead.
So this is a territory dispute. Why not settle this peacefully?
Yes, sure, peacefully, if it were up to me, which it is not, for my master has other plans.
And who is your master?
I believe you've met him before. He is the clown.
I don't think I have.
Well, if you haven't seen him before, I'm sure you'll meet him soon in your nightmares.
He won't like what he sees in there.
Oh, fascinating. You interest me, creature of the deep, but soon all territories will belong to the clown.
Oh, that's a little ambitious, don't you think?
It has to be, after all. If we do not conquer we ourselves will be hunted down. Okay, and with that, the conversation is over. I would say this took about 6 seconds, maybe more. So that's the turn. You've gotten quite a bit of information of it, though you may not be able to
Yeah.
piece it together now. And it is the fish's turn. The fish. Okay, give me a second. So, Kumuk, what is the shark's to hit and damage for a bite attack?
They are +4, and the damage is a D8 +2. But
Okay.
if they get opportunity attacks, it does benefit from pack tactics.
Okay then. So you notice the eyes of a shark near the fish begins to blink and bleed, and you've noticed by this time that not that all the sharks have had wounds that look like eyes and blink like eyes, and the blood flows into Spyfish's eye, and then its small mouth opens wide, 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 and big teeth come out and try to bite you, Zale. So I'm going to do what Kumuk just said and roll a d20 plus 4 to hit. It's just 17.
Okay. Macy's 18, so that misses.
Okay, that misses as it instead bites your armor. And with that, Spyfish's turn is over, and it is Kumuk's turn.
All right, I got some bats harassing me now. Let's see. Let us just give him a good old whack with Chalet to get him away from me.
Just whack him in the face.
Yes. Chalet smack. Chalet smack with a 25.
Okay, that hits, yes.
Okay, I'm just trying to click on damage. D&D Beyond's being difficult. 11. That's not bad.
11 damage, and with this, the bat falls unconscious.
You better stay away, you blood-sucking rodents. I ain't got any blood for you. The only blood I give is to my people. My blood, sweat, and tears.
I'm
Good one,
wondering if
Kumuk, but a tad cliche.
I wonder if
I live in a
Tortle-
nation of mushrooms and plant people. The humor is quite dry in that type of environment.
the lolbot, the kobold, wonders if Tortos actually has tears, and ask that out loud.
I don't know. I haven't felt the need to cry just yet. God bless you.
Oh yes. I'm getting a bit cold on this ice float.
Smooth.
Oh yeah, he is. He is a reptile.
You're sitting on some ice.
Told you to climb up already.
Okay, I'll climb up. So he begins making the long ascent on the cliff face, cursing all the way. And if Kumuk is done, it is Tenkerius' turn.
Oh, don't forget sharks.
Oh yes, I forgot the sharks.
Shark face. Hoo ha ha. So I still have control of all four?
Yes, you do.
Okay, so just one of them had like a weird side mouth grow on them. Gotcha.
Yep.
Okay. Okay, to hit is that. 4 attacks. Let's see what hit. Oh, that was a low. That was an 11. That probably misses.
Okay, so
That's a nat 20. There we go.
did you roll Okay, which one did you roll? Okay, 13. Um 13 misses, natural 20 hits.
Yeah, basically I'm just rolling attacks first. That way we don't have to keep going back and forth.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's a nat 20 hit. That's for the second attack. Third attack is 19.
Hits.
Okay, so wait a minute. That is 21.
Uh,
So that,
it says
so that's,
17 on yours, but yeah, that does hit.
well, it's a +4 to hit, so
Oh,
that's
you're
what I'm
adding
asking.
it. Okay.
It doesn't let me do pluses when I roll custom rolls.
Okay, so all of them hit except the 13 plus something.
Yeah, one was a crit, two regular hits, so that's 4d8 plus all their attack together, which is 6. So 4d8 plus 6. 27.
Okay.
Ooh,
27.
Spyfish got ripped up on that one.
Okay, this
Yeah.
time the sharks have a feeding frenzy as various parts of the spyfish's fins drift apart from its body. That seems to be just like a bunch of fish lips and an eye, and one of the teeth it recently grew is sticking out like buck teeth.
Learning how to use their other mouths to bite. All right.
Hmm.
Whack the bat, did the sharks. All right, they're all good.
Tankarius.
The fish is still alive,
Yes.
so I'm gonna go up to the fish and just grab it. Just hold on to it, inflict wounds,
Okay.
which that's poo. 12 to hit. That doesn't hit.
Well, no flanking here, right?
Let's see. So where are you moving on the map? It doesn't matter. Every position you move is considered a flank. So yeah, you are flanking. So just roll again for advantage.
Sweet. Hopefully this one is
Shark
better.
squad.
Shark Squad, 22 to hit.
Okay, that's much better this time. As the spyfish tries to dodge, but a shark like body slams it back into place, so you can inflict your wounds.
And then it's 16 necrotic damage.
Okay. And with 16 necrotic damage, the fish's skin disappears entirely, and you see its skeletal structure underneath disintegrate into the water itself. And the spirit of the fish curses in an ancient language and then swims away. So combat is currently over.
Yes.
Huh.
Bye bye, fish.
Patrick's gonna
Interesting.
get Kobold out of the water now. He's gonna reach down, grab my hand.
Okay, so you pull Lulbert,
Yeah.
the Kobold up, and
I swim
Well,
over
your
and
trunk, it's probably longer.
okay.
I climb back up. I get it on the surface, and I point out my arm to the party and I say, I don't quite know what this is.
Now, as you point at your arm, you notice your wound has just returned back to a normal wound. So, what are you pointing at exactly, and what does the party think about you now?
I just go, what? It's just a wound, and then I touch it and cure wounds. So 2d8
Ah,
plus. Bear with. I'll tell you how many now. A 12 heal. So
Okay.
I was go, what? It's just a wound. Put my hand over it, and then move my hand, and hopefully it's gone.
What were you fighting anyway? I couldn't see. I just sent the sharks to go help. Did you like Shark Squad, by the way? There's Terrence, there's Lawrence, there's Baborance, and then there's Philip.
yes, they were quite useful. Thank you for that. Uh, I was not able to ascertain the identity of the individual, but it was intelligent and capable of speech and thought. It worked for a master, it told me. It said that it wanted these waters to be its territory. And then I asked him why not just peacefully dispute the territorial boundaries. Then he said his master would not allow that. And their directive was to specifically conquer.
Master. What did
Probably.
this what did this creature look like for it to have a master that what was it was it a servant of the clown?
It did mention something about a clown, yes. It
It
had
must be the
a
same
very
clown that
large
you
eye on the
reported.
side of it.
Ooh, back up, my friend. What did you say it had?
It had a giant eyeball on its side.
That
It seems that is it could be the same one who was in your kingdom there, Kumuk.
that son of a bitch. If I knew he was there, I would have let the sharks have more ways with him.
Patrick's gonna use shape water to pull some water up from the massive supply there is as he lets the iceberg shatter and puts ice handcuffs back on the kobold.
I take it you know that fish?
That
Oh,
bastard was the one who ruined my harvest festival. He broke my defensive machine and almost let mad trips wreck my kingdom.
Hmm.
He took a child hostage and used him to break the machine. He severely wounded one of my retainers when caught in the act. I've been
Believe
hunting
there
for
was
him
a
for
few
weeks.
Well, hunt no more. We destroyed its physical body,
and
although it seems its spiritual self did escape.
Would it happen to have saved a piece of him, would you?
Say what?
Piece of him. Did you salvage a piece?
He's dust. He's gone. He's
Yeah,
swimming
you're
with the fishes.
Doesn't he already sleep there?
Look,
yeah.
perhaps one of your sharks has a piece of him currently.
Uh, maybe. I guess I can ask them to resurface.
Yes, please, please, quickly. I would like to gather a piece of him.
All right, I will command the sharks to surface back over here.
Mm. Well, now that I'm healed, I look to the party and I say, all right, that enemy has been defeated and now continue scouting in the water.
See if there is a further way down, so we may locate where the bee princess has gone. Perhaps there's a way further down.
okay, one
Mm.
at a time. So first, Patrick is doing Patrick Williams' Dentist Adventures, the show, and you can roll a medicine check as you proceed to do dentistry on the shark's teeth to check which is spyfish's remains of the body and which is something else. And meanwhile, the kobold, after getting knocked on to the iceberg, did see and remember what direction the camp was. And he says, "Oh yes, I saw some lights out west. It's not too far off. I believe there used to be what's it called? Oh yes, the kook who runs Camp 3 all by his lonesome. Now I'm going to have to reveal this side of the map.
I imagine William just like comments like, "Oh, this one needs a cavity cleaning. Oh, this one needs a teeth pulled."
Oh, um,
It's
oh,
just
you
got
got
a
a
root
14.
canal.
Okay then. So for that, let's see. Uh, it's hard to tell which parts are from spyfish and what's like jellyfish or clownfish, but you do get some shark teeth debris, so you can just put shark floss into your inventory, and we'll determine later which is spyfish and what is like miscellaneous stuff.
All right, I'll add that to other possessions.
Yes, and
Shark floss.
The kobold will offer to swim over to like the closest shore bank, which would be west.
I
I'm
guess we
surprised nobody
will.
has asked Patrick why is he collecting a dead man's body parts.
Oh, Kumuk is already well aware. He doesn't even bother asking. He just knows.
I'm gonna slowly fly over there.
Okay.
See you in a bit. Bye.
Kumuk,
Okay,
Kumuk
and
will
you've
do the
arrived
turtle doggy paddle.
at camp number 3.
Ooh.
There's several tents there and protective markings. There are signs of habitation in there. And a bearded face comes out of one of the tents after strumming a lute and stops and welcomes you in. Had a run in with the old Lich Fitch, I see.
Lich bitch, that's the one.
Yes, the Lich Fitch. Peculiar fellow. I often hook him on my fishing pole, but he always gets away. Come in, come in. So he welcomes you into one of the bigger tents and serves you food. Now, currently, it is about like night time right now, and you've been out for a full day, concerning this session and last session.
I do propose a long rest then if people need one. I do my spell slots back.
Did we double check the state of the camp to see how they're faring with the mining?
Oh, I
While they're
can.
looking at the
Grab the kobold,
while they're looking at the
try to
camp,
start.
I'm diving all around underwater,
Okay, I'll
trying to see
reveal
if
the
there's any.
rest of the water to you. So, there used to be quite a few miners here before they got scared of nightmares and nonsense. But I think it's just that Lich Fitch uh, being crazy again. There was, however, I noticed a cackling and a buzzing, and I looked out of a tent and saw what looked like a pale man gangle his way into the waters and swim past the camp. But he didn't catch here because I'm too strong, and he laughs.
Did he happen to have anybody with him? Patrick will ask while he's still got the kobold up on his shoulder like luggage.
Oh. Huh. Well, I do believe that he was carrying a bag, quite like you were carrying a kobold over his shoulder, and the bag seemed to be buzzing. I wonder what curious contraption that may have been.
We are at least upon the right trail. It's most unfortunate it is taking so long to get to the princess. Fear what may have become of her by the time we reach her.
Well, I know in situations like that, rushing can sometimes just make things worse. Better to have a good night's sleep and deal with whatever happens to the morrow.
At the very least, we can collect our thoughts and prepare for what else we may find. It would do us no good if we catch up to him and we are too exhausted to rescue.
Indeed. Patrick will proceed to cast the first level spell, Goodberry.
Yes, you've casted that.
I'll hand the good berries out to the party and put the kobold down and offer him a good berry as well.
Yes. Now, Zeo, you've been investigating the waters, so roll a survival check to see if you can get anything out of that excursion.
All right. Let's see. Ah, that's where it is. Okay. But boom. 11.
Okay, so you've been having quite a few bad rolls today, as you see several barnacles on the various cavern floors and old screw heads and helmets that all look like eyes, but at second glance, they're just mundane objects you'd usually find at the bottom of a mining pool. And you've
Hmm.
found basically nothing of worth, unfortunately.
Hmm.
Oh yes, and Kamak, have you? I believe you've dismissed the sharks by this time.
Oh yes, the hour is probably well out. Uh, I guess before we rest, Kumuk will go around and maybe provide some medicinal help to any miners that could be injured in all this fiasco.
Hmm. Yes. Well, unfortunately, I'm the only miner here, and I'm fit as a baby dwarf bathing in colostrum.
You're the only one here. How do you get any work done? It must take forever.
Well, I grow mushrooms, some of which I've imported from the shroom sovereignty. Great fellows those are. And I do, well, it's actually quite great. I can do work anytime I want. Nobody checks on me because everyone is too scared about those silly clown rumors. And, uh, and the silly illithid rumors. I mean, I've been here a long time. I've never seen any illithids. I've just stuck to this part of the cave and done my mining, and whatever creatures are here have left me alone.
Do
Hmm.
you have a means of communicating with the other outposts?
Oh, once a week or a month or whenever time passes, some dwarves do come here wanting to get a bit more scratch, and I mine with them and trade news, but they always get too frightened and want to go back to the dwarven city with their casinos. Huh!
There is currently an illithid in one of the upper caves that has, we left him behind in a rather damaged state of unconsciousness. I did leave him shackled in ice, but perhaps that is worn off by now. If you could at some point manage to get the message out, or you yourself deliver the message that he needs collected.
I'm sure I'll deliver the message, but I'm pretty sure that's not an illithid. It's probably just like I don't know, a kobold in a wig or something.
Regardless, someone is in need of collecting for the prison.
Okay, Zale, I've noticed you've dived back into the water. Are you looking for anything else?
Um. Yeah, I'm just giving it another once over.
Okay, well, you are starting to get a bit more tired, and you don't really see anything else this time compared to last time. And let's see. Yeah, so you're starting to get a bit more tired as it is getting like nighttime outside the caves.
Mm-hmm. All right. So not really seeing anything this time either. I finally go and surface where everyone else is,
Patrick offers Zale Goodberry. Do you like one?
and I say, "Oh, looks like you guys found a dwarf."
Yes, we did. He seems to be the only miner here. Are you hungry, Zale?
Hmm.
He asked if you are hungry at the moment.
Oh, I say no. No, I'm fine.
Very well. If anyone else is feeling peckish, I do have good berries.
Hmm.
Okay,
It took a
so
look.
it is before you take your long rest and eat your good berries or rations and then drink the water that the dwarf has filtered, are you going to do anything before the long rest?
Patrick will take the. Patrick will offer to take the first watch, solely because there's something I want to do during it.
Okay. So it is now the first watch, and oh yeah, before that, everyone choose what tent you want to sleep in. There's quite a few.
And
Yeah.
all right, Kumuk will do third green.
Okay, third green. You can just say what tent you want because the squares are kind of big for the tents.
Right. Patrick will
Yeah.
be in the yellow one that he's sitting
I'll
on.
take this. I'll take this very deep blue tent.
Mm-hmm.
Go sleep on the ledge on a wall face.
Okay.
The goblin, the kobold. I don't know why I keep saying goblin. The kobold will go into the tent next to me.
Okay, the pinkish tent or purplish. Okay. Oh, that's the dwarf. So the kobold will go here, and the dwarf will go in the tent behind the kobold and say, "Well, that's I'm going to go to my tent," and he'll take what looks like a life-size elf doll 1-to-1 scale replica, and he drags it into the tent.
Ah, yes, the body pillow.
Shit.
Can I inspect it for holes?
Well,
Oh,
you try. Okay, if you want to inspect it, but the dwarf
I'm
like
joking.
pulls it away from
I
you
don't want
and zips up his
to.
tent. Okay.
He says, "Get your own."
roll stealth, roll investigation, roll constitution.
Okay then. So if everybody has chosen the tent, Patrick, you're on first watch. So what are you doing?
Right. Well, Patrick isn't letting the kobold sleep during his watch. He's going to actually talk with the kobold.
Well, what you want?
So, what is your name again?
Lullabart, the cobalt.
Olabard.
Yeah,
Oh,
Lullabald.
Vold.
Lullabold.
Or
Low bolt.
Vold.
L O
Oh, the
B O
bolt,
L
the
D.
kobold.
Yes, he
More
really he lowballed his kobold.
kobold. Tell me. Uh, you truly don't understand the immorality of your stealing.
Um, Here, let's see. Well, I do remember when I used to have a family before they were like killed in various by various dwarves, usually in stealing heists gone wrong. I do remember that mother always used to tell us that if you were to steal, do so after you have the children, just to make sure that you have people to steal after you die. And I have quite a bunch of family. In fact, I'm a grandfather, so I
Is
don't
that
really
so?
care if I die from stealing.
Truthfully, is that the case? And yet you claim you wish to know magic.
Oh yes, yes, fascinating. Really, I mean, I've been up there all with the claws and stuff, and I see those squid men doing all sorts of weird magics, and I'm like, oh, that's curious. And yeah, it has become quite the fashion in their society to adopt a kobold as an assistant. And yeah, some of us even do get some magic. Yes, me one day I will, but that was before the clown came and we had to flee.
Indeed, indeed. Still, less about the clown. I am more curious about simply just yourself and why you continue to choose such a life. Say you have your own grandchildren, and yet you seem to be setting a terrible example. Oh, you may not care if you die. You care not for your children and grandchildren's lives who might be cut short?
That reminds me of an old kobold story. So, once upon a time, there was a kobold who who heard that there would be a famine soon, and so he set to make a farm in his own backyard and farmed quite a bit of food. And when the famine did came, he had a lot of food, but then a band of kobolds invaded his house and took all the food for themselves. And the moral of the story is it's better to steal than to produce.
It is a terrible story. As Patrick will then hold out his hand, revealing the good berries that are left in it. Are you not curious how I created these?
Ooh, what are these? They kind of look like shinies, but organic, and the smell is a bit, dewy.
Yes. Well, these are a form of substance that can keep one alive, sustained. So, say in this same story, when the kobolds came and took everything the farmer had spent his time growing, after they left, had he studied magic properly, would have been able to create more of these and stop the famine single-handedly anyway.
Hmm. Yes, magic is quite wonderful, creating some of these, I suppose.
Yes, but magic is so much more than just that. It is more than just a tool. It is not simply a law that governs the universe. It is a living, breathing entity unto itself. It comprises all of creation. It surrounds us. It binds us.
You have quite a bunch of wisdom, do you, Mr. Elephant Man?
Yes, you may call me Patrick Williams. Oh, what I am attempting to say to you is that there is a better way for your people. I am certain your people have lived the way they have for a very long time. You could be the one to show them a better way if you would only make proper compensation to Lord Luck for your thefts, pay your debt to society. Perhaps you could prevent your children or your grandchildren from having to pay such a similar debt.
Well, if the way things are going and the Boatland people will be having more territory down here, then it does seem almost inevitable that Kobold society will eventually fall under their turf as well. I guess in the name of survival, we could possibly consider maybe one day eventually, but not right now, giving up, no, giving up theft.
All right, so Patrick will, kind of like just stand out on the sand overlooking the water. Perhaps, but giving giving up theft, there is so much more to gain. Could lead your people into a brighter tomorrow, living coexistence with the Bodlands authority.
Brighter? I hate the light. But yeah, I do kind of get what you're saying. Of having better relationships with the people who could kill us. Yes, that does sound better. Yes.
It is merely something to think about. Uh, if you do happen to vanish in the night, do remember what I've said to you. There is a better way, and perhaps once you have made clean your debt to Bardland and Lord Luck, I would be happy to give you a free lesson at Horizon at any time, if you would but heed my words and the knowledge with your people.
Free? Oh yeah, sure. I'll do whatever you just said for to get something free. Yeah. Okay. I'll see what I can do when I get back to the other kobolds. Well, right
Keep in
now it's
mind
kind
that
of
you'll be
dangerous to
doing
travel
this.
alone, so maybe it's better to be here. But yeah, I'll see what I can do. Sure, I love free.
Very well. You rest easy now, and try not to run off. And Patrick will resume his watch.
Okay. So as you resume your watch, let's see. I'm gonna make a D4 to see if anything happens at the. Okay, so eventually Patrick's watch passes and Tenkerius' passes, and it's Kumuk's watch. Now, as Kumuk looks over the river, you notice there are various weird lights happening on the other side of the water. Now, you can roll one of any of the skill checks you want to determine what you can glean from that.
All right. Any of the skill checks? I guess if I really need to figure out what it is that is out there, can I do a guidance boosted perception?
Yeah, sure, go ahead.
Okay. Perception with guidance. That, oh, wow. 29.
Okay, so 29. And that's not natural, is it? That's, what is it?
That was a 17, I believe I rolled.
Oh, wow. Okay, so from that perception, I will reveal part of the map and give you some information. It seems that there are several squid like beings falling into the water, and several carnivorous fish eating those beans. And at the top is the silhouette of the pale man with the big nose, who then goes back into the darkness. And you see this happen on the other side of the underground river.
Those squid-like things that he's dropping, does it look like the other squid-like thing we just fought?
Some of them look
Or,
similar to the mage squid. Others look more like the bigger, dead, redder squid that you've taken samples of earlier.
I see.
That you found after fighting
So,
the cave big guy.
um, how far away are those bodies like dropping? Or like how far is it like across the lake or
Let's make a measurement. Okay, that's about 100 feet across.
and they're falling into the rivers of carnivorous fish?
They're falling into the rivers, they kind of float a bit, some sink, some float, and then the fish smell it and eat it.
Oh geez. Okay. Hmm.
Now, they may not necessarily be carnivorous, they may be more opportunistic feeders.
Gotcha. Um, I would like to try casting a spell to try and catch those guys falling from the ceiling to try and cushion their fall.
Okay, so from 100 feet away, what spell you casting?
I'm going to use plant growth.
Okay, go
It
ahead.
Yes, it allows like all plants within a 100-foot radius on that point to become thick and overgrown. What I'm trying to phrase it as, it thickens the plants and he wants it to grow in a manner that's able to rise out of the water and cushion the falling bodies to catch them.
Okay, so
And
the
also if it's a since it's a 100-foot radius, I want some of the plants to grow out and touch the shoreline.
okay then, so the algae moss doth groweth, and from there the some of the bodies fall through the moss, but one and a second one do land on the moss, and they are about the same size, medium size, as the illithid squid mage you fought earlier, and they are 100 feet away. Now, does your spell allow you to bring them closer, or would you have to travel on foot?
It just makes the area. I would have to travel across it to go and help them. And that is what I plan to do. That is why I made the little moss bridge.
Okay then, so I'm going to get some grass and create the area you are about to travel on. Do 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 do. Oh, that's way too small. Let's make it bigger. Let's make it bigger. Okay. Reveal it. Okay, so there we go. You got. Oh, that's not what I meant to duplicate. Huh. Where is it? For some reason, it's under the grass. Okay, I have to actually go to tokens and then move it so that the grass is underneath a bunch of things because the background isn't working properly. There we go. Okay, so there's the two mine flares that fell there. And the grass is traversable. Now, what do you do, Kumuk?
Uh, let's see. I guess I will cross the moss path and to see if these two are still living
You
and
creep
if I can.
across the moss path as your weird sounding footsteps sometimes tread water or mud and sometimes echo through the cavern. And it seems the clown has stopped dumping the bodies, and the two you've managed to reach, you get to, and they are both dead.
Damn. Can I
Now,
see what they were killed by?
looking at their faces, they both seem to be horrified, even though you have not really been ever seen a mind flayer before today. You do notice that the tentacles are splayed in all directions and the pupils are much wider than they should be. And um, because of your high perception roll from earlier, you notice at the back of their heads there is what seems to be claw marks. And if you look inside, you can see the illithid brain bubble that is curiously missing its spellcasting focus needle.
All marks and it's missing its spellcasting focus. So, goodness, it appears the clown is harvesting the illithids in their spellcasting, perhaps, or torturing them. Uh, Well, goodness. Kumuk doesn't want to just leave the bodies there, so he is going to pick up the two bodies and drag them back to shore.
As you touch one of the illithids, it seems that there was a little bit of life left, and a tentacle touches your head, and you see images. There was in the past various humanoid races, most of which started as dumb beasts. The races of men, dwarves, kobolds, goblins, etc., who slowly, after many millions of years, developed more and more intelligence and became stronger and stronger. But of these, there was an exception in the Illithid, who cheated nature by eating each other's brains to get smarter and develop faster than the other races, with drastic consequences. And with it, there's a final image of the clown then eating an illithid brain bubble and the illithid dies, and its tentacle moves away from your forehead, and the images stop.
Goodness. Kumuk will offer a silent prayer to nature and take these two back to the shoreline to be properly buried.
Okay. And how long does the moss last? I'll just move those for you.
Woo-doo-doo-doo. It is instantaneous. It does it say when it wears off? Hmm. Let's see.
Well, I'll just say that because it's been in the water for so long, a bunch of fishes have been eating it, and it is going to wear off the moment you like step off it.
Okay.
Boop. Okay then. And you bury the illithid with a solemn prayer as your shift ends and it begins Zael's night watch shift.
Let's see.
All right.
Oh,
I'm waking up and hmm, oh, hold up. Ooh, what was that? Yeah, I'm waking up and I just sit on the shore and I'm just looking around. Yeah.
Yes, and Kamak is going to bed as you wake up.
Yeah. And yeah, I'm just sitting down on the shore, looking around, just seeing if something happens.
Okay, so since Kamak doesn't want to talk to you about what has happened, nothing of import happened during your night watch shift beyond several fishes like saying hi to you, but these are really dumb fishes. And then it is the morning of next turn. So you can click the long rest button on your D&D Beyond to reset your HP and all your spell slots and feature slots and ability slots and all of that. Okay, so Zale, you would go to the top of your character sheet and then click the long rest button and then check mark reset maximum HP and then click the take long rest button twice.
That's it.
It's like at the top beside campaign, king campaign.
Oh
It's
yeah, all right. I gotta click on it, and then there's okay, yeah, long rest.
there's a pull out menu and then you check the reset HP and then you double click the red button.
Yeah, all right. Yeah, I got it.
Okay, and now with morning there's various bangings of pots and pans as the dwarven bard who runs Camp 3 sings a jolly song in what sounds like a bunch of nonsense talk. And you all wake up.
Okay.
Right.
Mm. All right, so I wake up and I'm standing in front of my tent, and I say, I don't know about you guys, but nothing really happened during my watch.
Mine was uneventful as well. I did have a pleasant conversation. Patrick will look over at Lobold.
I'm honest, I think I may have even napped through my watch. It was that boring.
I was able to figure out how the clown was created.
Did you now, Kumuk?
Yes, during my watch, the clown was dropping more of the illithid bodies into the river to be devoured. I was able to saved two of them, but sadly they were beyond saving. But during one of their last breath, he showed me what happened. Their people resorted to cannibalism to accelerate their own natural development. I'm guessing something went horribly wrong using that method, and that led to the clown being born. The
Well, that's
clown is a byproduct of the illithid's cannibalistic nature to accelerate their societal development.
That
well,
is
that's
quite
quite
interesting.
an exciting watch.
Yes, it was quite a thing to see dozens upon dozens of bodies to be dropped into the ocean to be devoured. That is not a sight I wish to repeat.
Well, I will have to conduct a bit of research upon that. I don't believe I've ever heard of lithid cannibalism.
Yes, they had their focuses removed and their skulls damaged. So I'm guessing they were already feasted upon by the clown or deemed to be not appetizing. But
Did
at
you
least
manage to recover any information upon where you believe the clown might be?
they were not able to give me detailed information on current events. They gave me the origin of the clown in his dying moments. He could only transfer so much information.
Pity. You said he was disposing of them? Where was he disposing of them from?
He was dropping them from the ceiling. As we know, his traversal of these floors is not natural. It appears he just mends through floors. I was right, right? I'm saying that correctly? He was dropping them from the ceiling?
He was dropping them from a cliffside on the other side of the river.
Oh, he was dropping them on the other side of this river, on the far side from a cliff. So I'm guessing he was quite close by.
Like right here. If you scroll the map down, I've like the cliff is like right here. Uh,
Okay, so very close. Yes, I'll
like
point that way.
it's like right here. Yeah.
So
Can we
that would
all
appear to
see
be our
this?
destination.
Let's see. Well, now that it's a bit more daylight, the dwarf has a bit of a kind of a torch and just like throws it that way, and then you can kind of see it before the torch goes into the water and splooshes out. So yeah, it's that thing that says B on it. That's the ledge. And also to the left, you see that there's like a tunnel, and the dwarf says, "Yeah, that's usually like the way that I usually go if I want to get some extra mining done." So there's those ways, or you could always check the water, the east water again.
Hmm.
How do you get over there then if you go for your mining?
Oh yeah, me, I just go to the west now. My map is glitching, but I'll move him like this way, and he just goes off into a bit of the shallow water and then walks here. So I just say all of this here is like shallow water, like beach water, and then once you get here, it becomes deep water
Okay.
around this area specifically.
I'm gonna follow him.
Okay, and as you do so, let's see. Let me check my clipboard. Yeah, make it intelligence save.
Intelligence. Say. 19, but it wasn't that 20.
Okay, so you are unaffected, and you hear screechings, and there are two illithids in the caves, who then proceed to dote back into the shadows. And the dwarf beside you says, "Huh, what? No, that can't be. It must be a hallucination." And this is where we'll end today's session before we get into the Illithid battle in the cave.
Mm.
Now, you can leave if you want, but we'll have a round of evaluation and feedback until the 7 o'clock, and I'm gonna stop streaming